All right. We back in the building. We back in the building. Salute to everybody that's here. You already know I'm Blue Devil, and we back with another video reaction. Now check this out. This is actually a replay of yesterday's video. I took down a video, I think maybe for the second time in my career. All right. This video is Varrio, Aztecas, Norteños, Southside San Jose, California. Now look, the reason I took it down is because I was mistaken for a tattoo on one of the dudes in the video. Now look, I want to note this, and it's not an excuse. It's 1:50 in the morning, and here I am dropping content, right? So when I saw this video yesterday, I saw a Playboy bunny. I automatically figured Upstate Southsiders, Rabbit Gang, Sur 13, that I didn't really contemplate or read because it was on his tattoo. It said Dropout Gang. But I will tell you, when the video went up, I wasn't going to put it up because I felt like I did it too late where I didn't remember what I had truthfully said, right? But I said, hey, you know what? I'm securing what I say. Then I dropped the video and dog. These weird ass fools in the comments, bro. The level 10 cholos. The dudes that are always waiting to kick you when you're not looking. You know, we all know dudes like that, bro, that don't want to be involved, but they're walking by and they see that you're down and boom, they get a kick in. Or they see that you're not looking and whap, and then they run. These type of guys, bro. All right? They were the ones that were trying to get their little lick in. And I ain't tripping, but I didn't feel like responding to 100 comments with my bad, G. I didn't pay attention. So I said, let me make a new video. So here we are. But very quick, this coming from Young TC. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Young TC, up and coming hood vlogger out of Northern California. Really doing his thing, bro. Also, make sure you hit me on all my socials right here. All right, send me videos to react to. Hit me on the DM and go watch my live streams. All right, like the video, share the video. We're on the road to 15,000 subscribers. All right, this week I'm not gonna do that many hood vlogs. This is going to be probably the only one. And I'm going to jump into other content, bro, like true crime, crime TV, stuff like that. All right, so make sure you guys tap in and like the video. All right? And with that being said, let's go ahead and press play on Varrio, Azteca, Norteños, Southside San Jose. Now, look, I also redid the video because I want to give everybody a fair reaction. I don't want to make anybody feel any less. You feel me? But I will say I fixed the audio and I fixed the visuals. Hope you guys enjoy them. All right. And that's because we will be shooting in here more often. All right. I like filming in here, bro. And to those dudes that are always talking about, damn, Blue Devil ain't got a studio. I'm there every day. I'm there every day. I just like filming in here, bro. It's like my home away from home. Ain't nobody bother me in here. I ain't got to look for no opina. Or no royalty. You know, it's my own shit. Well, that's my own shit too. It's just everybody pulls up there and nobody pulls up here. But again, let's continue. Let's press play. All right. I even changed my visuals because I'm looking that way. Come on, guys. W's in the chat. W's in the L's in the chat. L's in the chat. Let's go.
And I see you got the Playboy bunny with the bullet holes in his head. What's the
That's the part. That's the part, bro, that I was mistaken. I seen the bunny, automatically thought Playboys, didn't really realize or even fucking read Dropout Killer, which is the logo. That Playboy bunny is the logo for a dropout prison gang, bro. What's a dropout? Listen, bro, I'm not doing the whole prison shit. It's somebody that once was affiliated with the main line and no longer is, but is from another gang within the prison that is like the ones that are not wanted, the degenerates, the ones that cross over, the ones that leave the program behind, the ones that don't want to be all up in the mix, you know, the ones that don't want the rules and regulations. Go research it, bro. I'm not really a prison guy like that, but I do know a thing or two.
meaning behind that?
I mean, I guess you could say he just represents the that fell off. You feel me? The that's no longer here with us. You feel me? That couldn't keep it pushing. Basically, man, DOK Know what it is.
Bro, I went in, 20 years old, bro. I got out 32 years old, you know what I mean? So
Damn.
I pretty much grew up in there.
I'm right here with the Aztecs. Let them know where we are right now.
We out here in Southside San Jose, La Colina Park, you know what I mean? South of the Shark Tank, baby.
And La Colina Park, that's the hood park for the Aztecs?
Yeah, it's one of our neighborhood parks. We have 3 parks, but this is where the heart of the hood's at.
And as a kid coming from Southside San Jose, did you have someone to tell you right from wrong? Or did you learn everything from the streets and the big homies?
I mean, shit, bro, I'm the oldest child, bro, so really, like, coming up, man, you know what I mean? I came up with the older homies and shit, so that was my guidance. Those were my older brothers, you know what I mean? More or less, bro, the streets gave me a little guidance.
Facts.
Looking up to the bigger homies, would you say that had a good impact on your life or that had a bad impact?
I mean, I could say, both, bro, because, some of the older homies I used to look up to, they ain't around no more.
And now look, this is where I stopped it yesterday, bro. All right. When you got your people around, you gotta be grateful. When you got homies around and people you grew up with and people that know you like that and friends that have been around for 10 years plus, you got to appreciate that, bro, because not a lot of people have that. Not a lot of people have friends no more. I don't have no new friends. Yeah, I might have acquaintances, people that I meet along the way, and I might occasionally meet new people that are here to stay forever. Like, I'm gonna give you one, Royalty. Royalty is somebody that I knew of, but I never met. Now he's gonna be a lifelong friend. He's somebody I call for advice, business advice, life advice. I could talk to him about what's going on with my family. That homie will give me advice. Opina is another one. He's another one that I've learned to trust. He's another one that I know is gonna be there for the long run. Droops, my boy Droops, the times that we've been together, in the whip, I feel comfortable. And I know the homie feels comfortable around me. And if you know what I mean by that, it means we straight, bro. I don't have to worry. I know that dude got me and I got the same for him, right? So it's not too many, bro. Those are probably like the only new friends that I've received in the last 10 years, bro. Prior to that, all my friends are friends that I grew up with in elementary and middle school, and you got to be grateful for that. I got a homeboy right now that's about to get married. We used to be out there doing stupid ass shit, you know, and now he about to get married. I'm gonna be there, and it's a great thing to witness, bro, because that's elevation. That's you know, being a man, growing up, moving on forward. It don't mean the homie won't slap the shit out of you. It just means that now he's doing, you know, whatever life is putting in his way. That's the shit. Hopefully I can get married one day. And no, not with a torta, bro. Not with a torta, homie. But let's continue, bro. Shout out to these dudes for saying that. Real shit.
For various reasons, but, some of the older homies I did look up to, like, I mean, they did have a huge impact on me because a lot of them are doing good right now. So, you know, besides what we represent and all that, bro, like, there's a lot of positives to it. So, pretty much, you know what I mean? There's some older homies, bro, that are still to this day inspirational and
And to be from the Varrio of the Aztecs, do you have to be from Southside San Jose?
Nah, this is where the heart of the hood's at, bro. But really, we embrace all walks of life, bro. When it comes to that, like, we got homies from Modesto, we got homies from various areas, bro. Homies that stay out there, homies from.
No mean to interrupt, but I just got a post from YouTube. All right, 6 videos, 6 shorts, 8 live streams. Made me a total of $1,500. I don't like to talk about money, bro, but it just happened to come in right now. 3,600 likes, 212 shares, 1,000 comments, and 90 hypes. And this is only 1 week's worth. September 15th to September 21st. And that's not even a lot of money, bro. But when you times that times 3 pages, So anybody that wants to become a YouTuber, There you go, bro. Consistent work, my boy. And you can make money sitting here in the fucking garage. But listen to what this fool said right now. He's talking about the hood. I said this yesterday, bro. Gentrification is taking over everyone's hood, bro. Before you know it, there won't be no more hoods, bro. You won't have the corner, the block, the street. Now you're gonna have the gang name, right? Aztecas. And they're gonna be from South San Jose, but they're not gonna have a street, 24th Street, 25th Street. Now they're gonna just be, we from the city. And it's gonna get to the point where they're not even gonna be from the city. It's gonna just be that gang name, and all the members are gonna be scattered everywhere. Now there is gangs still in Southern Cali and up north that still hold down their blocks, but all that's going away, bro. All that's gonna go away. I give it 10 more years before a lot of these gangs are extinct from their blocks. I don't think they'll be extinct from creating, from bringing new members in, and what is that called, recruiting and stuff like that. I don't think that'll be extinct because they're only gonna find a way to become nomad gangs, which means Aztecas are now everywhere. Now they're in San Jose, Sacramento, Visalia, Vacaville, and I'm only saying names that I remember from up north, right? So now they got members everywhere, bro. You know, because now the hood, what they once called the hood, is gentrified. It's a bunch of white folks. You feel me? So that's what it's gonna turn into, bro. Give it 10 years, homie. Give it 10 years.
Pittsburgh, homies from Concord and Antioch and all that. So really, it's like it's more of like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? So it's not a gang. We're not treating it like a gang. Like we're more of like a brotherhood. You know what I mean? So this is where you feel like your heart's at. This is, if this is where you feel like it's home, then this is where we'll accept you, and as long as you ain't got no weird shit.
Yeah.
Of course, we ain't want no weirdos and shit around the hood, but that goes without saying. If this is where you feel like home is to you, bro, then you know what I mean? It's good.
So did you guys originally start right here at La Colina Park?
Well, it originally started in the south, bro, off Cotto, and there's a lot of orchards around. There's a lot of flats, like, and these days, bro, the hood started in '93, so. And these times, bro, it wasn't as advanced as you see it today. So a lot of the homies, especially the first generation homies, they started kicking it over there off Cotto and the apartments, and eventually merged and started finding little areas within the neighborhood and claiming it as our own.
From the outside looking in, do all the neighborhoods in the south side of San Jose, do they look nice? Or do you guys have some gritty parts too?
I mean, honestly, bro, there's it's ghettos, bro, and then there's some nice sides of town, but looks can be deceiving. You know what I mean? There's some areas that are real nice, bro, that are real treacherous at the same time, but at the same time.
This is what I said yesterday about this part right here, right? I don't think it's treacherous in the nice part of towns. Nice parts of town. I don't think it's treacherous, bro. Like people make it out to be like oh, you better be careful because you got dudes that'll come out of the corner and pop you. No, I don't think it's like that. I think it's just if you are in the nice part of town and there's a guy there and he wants to push an issue, he's gonna do it. That don't make it treacherous. That just makes it you at the wrong place at the wrong time. We all know homies like that, bro, that no matter where they're at, they're pushing an issue. Even if they're in front of the cop station, they want to push an issue. So that's what I feel. Now, as far as it being treacherous in the hood, yeah, of course, that's the hood. People are broke. People are sad. People are fighting. People are angry. People are miserable. So it's always going to be treacherous in the hood. But I don't think it's treacherous in the nice parts. But it could get ugly, though, depending who's there.
it's just one of them things, bro. Like if you don't know the area and you don't know where you're at, then you might be walking into
Build a website you love with
Damn.
uncharted territories pretty much, So, I could say like the hood park right here, it's nice, bro. It's around a nice neighborhood, a nice area, but at the same time, it could get spunky out here.
And it being a nice area, the other people who are not involved with the lifestyle, if they see you out here, do they call the police on you?
I mean, sometimes, bro, some people, they see us, they get intimidated, even though we're not out here causing no problems. And, really we out here just, this is like one of our kicking spots, So somebody else may see us and they may see us as a threat.
And I said this also in the other reaction, right? In the 90s, it'd not be too many cop calling, bro, because the neighbors knew there would be repercussions for them calling the cops. And most of the neighbors knew the gang members. And most of the neighbors were already ghetto as fuck anyways. And they were probably buying dough from the gang members. Now, because of the gentrification, the nerds own the block. The hippies, they own the block. The gang members are visitors now. At one point, the gang members ran the block. Now, the hippies own it. And they're not going to put up with none of the shit that the gang members do, bro. The gang members cannot push up on the hippies no more, bro. Because the hippies are going to go like this. I'm calling the cops. I'm recording you. I'm recording you. And what are you going to do? Now you're going to prison. So, gangbanging in 2025 is not as easy it was in 1995 or even 2005. I think the 2000s, bro, was the last good gangbang era. 2010 and beyond, maybe 2012, 13. But now you gangbanging now, you better be ready to go to prison forever, bro. Straight up, G.
And, sometimes they do call the cops, bro, and they do come left and right. You know what I mean? They come in from the back, they come in from the front. But, I mean, that just comes with it, bro. We can't expect everybody to understand us and our lifestyle. Another thing, like, it became a nicer area, too, where people, like, a lot of people that live around here, at one time, bro, it was, not that expensive to live around here, so a lot of Section 8. So in the midst of the Section 8, other people came around it. It eventually, like, the economy, like, kind of got good, so you got a lot of different people coming over here to live over here, mixed races and shit, that's just what it is, it don't change what the hood is, or it don't change what this park represents, just because we got like other types of individuals living here and making it home. You know what I mean? This is our home too. We've been here sometimes before them, and we're gonna be here after them. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is. I ain't gonna say it's the most dangerous in the world or whatnot. There's other places that are way more gutter and grimy, bro. But I mean, it's one of them things, bro, where it's the time and the place. If you catch someone in the right time and the place, or they catch you at the right time and the place, then it could get just as grimy as the next place. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you can't judge a book by its cover, man.
I just realized the fool with the Nike backpack. What the fuck is in that backpack, G? Dora the Explorer. What does he have in that backpack, bro? A whole recording studio? I know what he got. He got the $30,000 streamer backpack, G. That was a gangbanger by day, streamer by night. Nah, I'm just fucking with him. What the fuck does he got in that backpack, though, bro? Look at that. That motherfucker's full. Not even my work backpack's full like that, bro. And I got a laptop, a camera, a tablet, 2 phones, and wires, and a couple hard drives, and a gun. How the fuck that fool's backpack look bigger than mine?
Like I said, you know, you can't judge a book by its cover, man. You know what I mean? So it may look nice, but at the end of the day, when you start reading that motherfucker, you know, you're gonna get into some shit, bro. You know, you're gonna see some shit. You know, things may happen. You know, it just comes with it, bro. You know, it just comes with the lifestyle. It comes with, you know, being a homie is and shit. You know, you're gonna come across somebody that may not like you, somebody that may not like your neighborhood, and it is what it is. That's just part of the game, you know.
Right here in the South Side, what inspired the birth of the Aztecas?
I mean, pretty much what I could say is where the name also came from, what inspired that is just certain events. You know, and one of our founding, you know, homies from the first gen, he had a mother that used to sell corrido CDs, and that store was called Discotecas. And that kind of sparked and influenced the name Azteca to come about.
It wasn't called discotecas, bro. That's what they are, discotecas. Discotecas was a place. It was owned by mom and pops, and you can go in there and buy CDs. In the early 2000s, discotecas had corrido CDs and Chicano rap. All right, Southern Cali had a bunch of them. You'd go in there, and they would sell you the boots with the ostrich, and then you get the sombreros, right? And then they had all the corrido albums, El Chalino, El Original de la Sierra, and then they'd have a little corner or a little box, and they'd have all Chicano rap CDs in there, bro. I bought so many Chicano rap, Capone, Snapper, Mr. D, Down From My Shit. What else did I buy from there? Uh, Shit, bro, I bought all the early Chicano rap, Conejo, you know, all the early Chicano rap CDs. I bought them from a discoteca, bro. You know, they don't exist no more. You might find like one here or there, but I think the last run of the CDs was when you guys saw the lowrider CDs at the 7-Elevens. This was probably 5 years ago. No, more. Probably like 2015 when you guys would go to like 7-Eleven and they had a corner with DVDs and CDs and you get all the funk, all the old school. That was like the last run of CDs, bro. You'll probably never see a CD store ever again.
You know, because it's just a bunch of kids, you know, that would kick it. And you know, one thing led to another, and you know, a name came about it. But that was to be said to be one of the reasons why the name came about it. But another thing to add to that is one of the homies from the first gen, he was stabbed at 13, and they slit his throat, and he lived, but
Booking.com has all kinds of stays.
I also said this before, right? But let it play, bro. Let me let it play. Hold on. Let me let it play because this is pretty important. All right.
that his throat, and he was stabbed at 13, and they slit his throat, and he lived, but that just that happened in the hood. You know what I mean? That happened not too far from here, and you know, when something like that happens, it kind of gives you a inspiration to like want to step up your security measures and all that. So one thing I can't say is that that was you know, an incident I could say and emphasize that kind of created more of a group, you know, of homies that wanted to defend and protect, you know, this area more, if that makes any sense.
Look, I said this in the last video, bro. I said the first generation of homies go through the most, right? Because they're building the gang. They're the ones that are trying to fight for the turf. They're the ones that came up with the gang name, put all the homies together. Their resources are low. Their allies are low. They're trying to figure out how they're gonna work things, right? And then you got the opposing gangs or the local gangs that don't want that to happen. They don't want another gang to pull up in the city. They want to recruit you, and you don't want to be recruited. You're like, fuck no, we got our own shit, right? So you got this other gang, the opposing gang, the local gang, trying to take you out, you know, and you're low in numbers, you're low in guns, you're low in allies, and bad things happen, bro. Bad things happen, homie. So I tip my hat to any first generation gang member, bro, to that set, to that gang, because they go through a lot. They're the ones that are putting down the foundation for what's to come for that hood. You know, that's why when youngsters get into the hood and they don't know their history, or they get into the hood and they want to make their own rules, the fuck is you talking about? Homies died for this. Homies died for what you're about to claim. Or when you got dudes that joined the gang just for the fame, homie, you got dudes that really spilled blood and got their lives taken to build this hood for you to just claim the fame and not bring back a trophy. That's bitch shit, bro. But look, we're gonna end this video right here. It's 25 minutes long. This video is probably gonna have 3 parts to it. So I will come back and give you guys part 2 and part 3. With that being said, salute to everybody in the video. Salute to everybody watching. Salute to Young TC. Make sure you guys like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you made it this far, click on one of these videos. Go watch one. And with that being said, you already know I'm Blue Devil. And I will catch you guys on the next reaction. With that being said, salute to everybody. And we out.